Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Megan, and I am back with a book haul. So excited. It's been actually quite a while since I filmed one of these because I decided to combine the books that I bought in fall and winter of last year and this year, and then Independent Bookstore Day. So today we have a grand total of 16 books that I'm going to talk about and dive into. Not all of them are from independent bookstores, but majority are. Can you believe it's April 30th that I'm filming this and I have to wear this big fuzzy thing? It's cold outside. When's it gonna be spring? But I digress. We're here for the books. So let's jump right into it. So for any and all of the independent bookstores that I talk about, there's going to be a link below that you can click, and it will give you a list of all their addresses, social media pages, whatnot. Just look in the description. So that's that. Alright, so jumping in, this is the start of last fall, so this was like October. We went to a little bookshop called the Curious Fox Bookshop, and unfortunately that bookstore did end up closing just this past weekend. Well, when I'm filming it, it's been 2 weeks. But I'm sad that they're closed. They were really cute. They were, they catered to children's fiction, and they had a little bit of a young adult section as well. So the first book I'm talking about is Scythe. I think that's how it's, is this how it's pronounced? Scythe? I've always thought that, but I think I'm wrong. It might be, no, not Skith. That doesn't sound right. But anyways, by Neil Shusterman. I've already read this series. I loved it. I thought it was so genius. It was so interesting, so intriguing, so I had to start collecting it for myself. So book 1 is here. So then that very same day, there was a bookstore that wasn't even on my radar. We just happened to be going to Oshawa, and so I just was like, oh, let me just see if there's any like independent bookstores in this area, and lo and behold, there actually was. This one was called GNU Books. So they are basically a used bookstore, and they've got like lots of shelves of like of books. It kind of felt like a library to me. I thought it was really cool. I could have spent so much time and I could have bought so much, but I held ground, and I bought Dreamcatcher by Stephen King. Whoops, there we go. This one is from, I want to say the 90s, but I could be wrong. I am wrong. It's 2001. So, not getting to this one anytime soon, but glad to have that part of my collection. And then I also bought Everything's Eventual, also by Stephen King. This one, I think, is also this is the 2000s. 2002. So I'm like, bang, bang. So I look forward to getting to these eventually. And then we jump into November, my birthday month, and we went downtown for my birthday, and there's a bookstore called Hopeless Romantic Bookshop. I don't know how I guess I think I found out about it on Instagram. And so we went in, and it's so cute. Like, the whole place is pink. Everything is pink. Floors, walls, ceiling, shelves. I don't know if the ceiling or the floors are pink, but everything is pink. And they've got, like, every type of romance you could probably want. So I picked up Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I read Meet Me at the Lake 2 years ago now, and that wrecked me. I loved that book. So I was like, I'm going to start collecting her books, because they take place in Ontario. So I was like, I feel like I should be embracing that. So I bought this one. I think this is the first one she ever wrote. So I look forward to diving into that. And then I bought a blind date with a book. That's what it's called. And I picked up out of that Love Unscripted by Owen Nichols. I know nothing about this. I'm hoping it'll be fun, but we shall see. A properly funny, clever, bittersweet rom-com. I'm looking forward to that. I never know what I'm going to get when it comes to romance, because sometimes it's very hit or miss. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. So we shall see. And then come January, went to a bookstore in Brampton that's very close to my house that I haven't been to. Shame on me, but now I have, so yay me. So Knowledge Bookstore. They are a black-owned bookstore in which everything that they sell is by black or by people of color, authors telling their stories. So I picked up Talia Hibbert's Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. So I've read her her adult fiction. I don't remember the name of the sisters now. The Brown sisters, I believe they're called. So this is her foray into young adult. So I'm curious. I've kind of outgrown out of young adult. So I don't know. I'm hoping I still like this though. So we shall see. That same day, I went to the Book Wardrobe, which is in Mississauga. I've been to there. Do I speak English? I've been there. This would have been my 4th time. And every time I always have to pick up something because obviously you go into a bookstore, you're not going to not buy a book. And so I picked up The Time Hop Coffee Shop by Phaedra Patrick. I don't think I said her name right. Phaedra? It's Irish, so the letters sometimes don't make the sounds I think they make. I've read her other book, The Curious Charms of Arthur Pepper. I read that and I really liked it, so I'm hoping for the same. And like, look, it's so pretty. Why is it so pretty? I think, yeah. So, oh, and there's a cat on the cover, so I'm looking for a winner here. I'm looking for a winner. And then, I think it was February, I had a gift card to Chapters, Indigo, whatever the hell they're calling themselves. So I figured, and my mom had points, so I figured, you know what? Cutting my losses here, buying my last book there, because now I just buy things from independent bookstores, mostly. So bye-bye Indigo. But I bought Better in Black by Cassandra Clare, because apparently we are not done with the Shadowhunters. Apparently there's going to be another trilogy. Cassandra Clare, you can let the Shadowhunters go. Please, release them. But I'm still going to buy the books. So yeah, looking forward to what this is about. I can't remember what this is about, to be honest. I think it's short, 10 stories of Shadowhunter romance. So we'll see what that entails. And then, oh yes, I definitely know that in February, I randomly at Marshall's found Animal Farm, and I've been collecting all of the Paper Mills classics, so I read this in high school and I didn't like it. So I'm very curious to read it now to see how I feel, because obviously my perception of life has changed. So very, very curious to get to this one. Alright, now we are on to the books that I bought 2 weeks ago for Independent Bookstore Day. So, the first bookstore that we went to, these are all of them but one are in North York, Toronto. So the first one was Inhabit Books, which is a Indigenous independent bookstore, and they primarily focus on Nunavut stories, so I thought that was actually very specific, and they cater more to children's fiction for Inuit children. I was like, wow, didn't know those existed, so that's pretty cool. They also have an adult section, so that's where I bought Split Tooth by Naya Tagaqua. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it looks really cool, so I'm looking forward to getting to that. And then we headed over to Mabel's Fables. This is also a children's bookstore. They also have young adult, so that's why I ended up picking Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is book number 2 in this series, the series Arc of a Scythe. However you pronounce it. So I'm almost done collecting. I think I heard that he's still going to be continuing with this story. Like, I don't think his trilogy, I think he wrote the trilogy, but then now there's going to be more, so I don't know. But I'm looking to collect, so this is fun. Then the next place we went to was BMV. This is the 3rd location that I've been to. Yes. Because I believe there's 4, and I have 1 more to go, and that's like downtown Toronto, in like the heart. And I haven't been to that one yet. But there, I bought The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. Is this book? This is the author. I think it's upside down. It is. There we go. I don't think you can read it. But anyways, this is on my classics list. This took a long time for me to find, so I was actually really surprised that I found this. Yeah, I don't know what this is about, but I'm excited to find out. And if it's on a classics list, I'm sure it means that it's relatively good. Side-eyeing Moby Dick, because what the heck. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting to this, I think. But I also bought Hearts in Atlantis by Stephen King. This I know is from the 90s because I had 2 books left that I have to buy, and this was one of them, and then there's another one. And then I'm done buying books in the 90s. My King collection is starting to slow down. It's actually kind of crazy. I almost own all of them now. Crazy. So, that's that. I have to make a separate pile. These books are going to fall over. The next bookstore we went to was called Unique Books, and they are located in Scarborough, which there I picked up Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte in the Paper Mill Classics edition. I honestly didn't think I was going to find this edition. I was so shocked when I stumbled across it there. I was like, oh my god, that's what I've been looking for. So excited that I got my hands on this cover, because I've seen a lot of other covers. Because now that the movie came out, there's all these different covers going around, and like everybody's selling, like showcasing this. So I was really excited to get to this, to find this one. So I read this in high school too, but I don't remember much of what I read. So again, looking forward to re-establishing that. Then we headed back to North York. The next bookstore isn't really an independent bookstore because it's funded by the Toronto Public Library. So it's basically books that are extremely cheap. Like, I don't think anything's more than like $8 or $10. Like, the book I bought was $1. And it's basically like old library books or books people have donated that they're selling, so that whatever funds that they get goes back into the library. And there I picked up One Day by David Nichols. I've read this, I've watched the TV series, but I don't own it, so I thought this is the opportunity to own it. This isn't my favorite cover, but you know what? It has this sticker, but it doesn't have like the actual cover of the TV show, so I will stick with this. I think this is the original, one of the original covers anyway. So one day I might hope to reread it, because I really liked this book. And then the last bookstore that I went to was called Type Books, and this was the third and final bookstore. They have 3 locations, and this is the 3rd location that I've been to, so now I've been to all 3, so that's really exciting. And there I picked up One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I'm slowly collecting them. So I think this is the one that just came out, so now I've bookended. I have her first, and I have her last. And I think there's 2 in between that I have to buy, so slowly. I really like these covers too. They're very pretty. Summery and pretty and whimsical. I love it. But there we go. Those are the 16 books that I have accumulated since last October. So if you read any of these books, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I have for you guys. So until my next video, take care, like, subscribe, do your thing, and I'll see you all in my next video. So thanks, and bye, guys.